Assalamu alaikum students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and safe at your home place or residence where you live. Inshallah, Ameen. This is your English class, recorded class of grade 9, and I am your teacher, Ms. Sobian As, from the Smart Schools, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan campuses and Johar campus. And today we will discuss about the 5th chapter of your English book, Helen Keller. As we all know that I always concluded your chapter in the form of question answer so that you can easily understand what is in your chapter or what your chapter is all about. By going through this recorded video, I hope you all will easily come up with the solution that how you have to solve your question answers, your fill in the blanks, choose the correct answer, RTC, whatever it will come in your exams regarding your particular chapter. For this, students, you have to listen carefully explanation which I will give you in recorded video for this chapter. Let's start discussion. Who was Helen Keller? How did she become deaf and blind? As we all know that she is the well-known personality. In this question they asked that who was Helen Keller and how did she become deaf and blind? As we all know that she is not blind since birth. Helen Keller was born in little town of America in 1880 at the age of 2. Till 2 she is normal person, but at the age of 2 she fell dangerously ill, and became blind and deaf. At the age of 2 she fell dangerously ill and became blind and deaf. The little child felt miserable because she couldn't see and hear. Obviously, from the beginning, if the person can easily see or hear, then suddenly if the person will become blind and deaf, it will be miserable for that person that what happened to me, or that person that how he or she cannot see or hear. Her parents looked sad and everybody was unhappy. Obviously, in this situation of sadness, her parents also felt sorry for her that he is now blind and deaf, cannot see or hear anything around her. Who brought up change in Helen's life and how? Who is the person who make Helen Keller a changed person? When Helen was 7 years old, Miss Sullivan brought light in her dark world. At the age of 7, Miss Sullivan, her tutor, came in her life and gave lights to her dark world. She started teaching her by feeling and touching method. What she did? She started teaching her by the feeling of method of touching, by the method of feeling and touching. Who was Miss Sullivan and did she show a thankfulness to God when her eyesight was restored? As we all know that Miss Sullivan served humanity because he also suffered deafness and blindness. So in this question we will discuss that did she show a thankfulness to God when he restored her eyesight. Miss Sullivan was Helen's teacher. She had herself become blind when she was a child. Okay? As Helen, she also became blind when she was a child, but afterwards she got her eyesight back. But the time came when he got her eyesight back. She showed her thankfulness to God by helping other blind people. What she did? She showed his thankfulness to God in the form of helping those who cannot see or hear, and making them happy and content. She was a very kind and patient lady, as she knows the pain, that what it feels when the person cannot see or hear anything. So she felt that pain and she served humanity in that way. How did she teach Helen Keller? She taught Helen by touching and feeling method. ठीक है, as we all know that Helen Keller was not able to hear or see anything. So for this, she taught her by touching and feeling method. When did Helen visit Pakistan and why? Helen visited Pakistan in 1956. She came here. Why she came here? She came here to help the blind and deaf. As she knows the pain to be blind and deaf, she came Pakistan to serve all the blind and deaf. She visited the schools for blind, deaf, and dumb. She also addressed the blind and deaf students and encouraged them. She talked with them and encouraged them that don't be sad for your incompleteness. You will overcome your situation soon. Why is Helen Keller considered to be a great lady? Helen studied up to university level and got degree of BA. Instead of being, being disturbed by his deafness and blindness, he make up herself and studied up to university level and got degree of BA. Although she was blind and deaf, she also traveled all over the world to help blind and deaf people. This is the greatness of any person. The person going through any kind of problem, and that person tried to teach others that how to overcome with that problem. Therefore, she is called a wonderful lady. This kindness, this act of kindness to serve all the human beings in this regard is the great thing. That is why she known as a wonderful lady. What was Helen's message to the blind and deaf children? She said to the blind and deaf students, always be happy and cheerful. Okay? If you students, if you take an example that if you are feeling stressed and depressed, if you take tension for your problem, whatever you have a problem, if you will take stress, you will not be able to cover up with or cope up with your problem. Okay? So you have to feel happy and cheerful. Never curse your fate. Don't say that why this happens to me, or why only me, and this and that. You have to just cheer up that you can come up, or you can cope up with this problem, and you will come up with a solution. You can do everything in this world. Nothing is impossible. I hope you all understand this topic or this chapter of your English book, Helen Keller. Through this chapter, we can easily got this message. We can easily understand this, that nothing is impossible in the life. If hurdles came, if you have a hurdle, if you are having hurdles in any of the work you're doing, don't be sad. Just take these hurdles as your exams, and try to pass these exams by ignoring all those hurdles, and come up with a solution that you can do each and everything whatever you want to do in the life, without feeling that you cannot be able to do, because there is nothing like impossible for everyone in the life. If you make promise to yourself that you can do each and everything in your life with positive mind, you can easily do. This is the message from Helen Keller chapter, that although she is blind and deaf, but she tried really well to cope up with the situation and also help others to get rid of this kind of problem. They can easily achieve what they want. I hope you all understand the topic really well. Thank you. Till your next recorded class. Take care. Allah Hafiz.